It's 2018, so you're either a baby mama.
Let me see you get gone. Baby mamas, this your song. Been pregnant for way too long. Now tell the DJ turn it off.
If she a baby mama,
Go ahead.
she gon' do
Or
it.
you're single AF. Alright guys, so we're going to talk on the topic of breakups, and obviously most of y'all have realized that I am now single. Been single since, I'm going to say November, but I don't know, let's call it November. And I'm going to share with you guys just how I am getting over it, or how we can all get over it. 2018 has been crazy. It seems to be, as my intro said, the year of breakups and breakups. So if you are in the breakup category, these are some things that helped me and I hope would help you. Tip number 1, cut all contact. And I know that's hard, and I know a lot of people want closure for their relationships, and to be honest, I'm a person that believes if closure was possible with that person, then you probably wouldn't be breaking up with that person in the first place, because that person will be open to hearing your ideas and your feelings. And generally, if they're open to hearing your feelings and ideas, then you'd be a fine couple. So I think getting closure is just a myth that we convince ourselves that we need just so we can prolong speaking to the person that we've been in a relationship with. But for me, I've never been one for the closure situation. I just tell you what I have to tell you, why things weren't working, and I give you that opportunity to be in the moment. I give you that opportunity to be yeah, you're right, and I'll work on it. And if that doesn't come out of your mouth, then that's it. A lot of my friends are going through breakups right now, so we're kind of huddled together in this little group, basically group therapy. So yeah, tip number 2 is definitely take everything day by day. And some days are harder than others. Some days you do activities or something happens to you that, the first person you want to talk to, the person you were dating. But no, message your best friend, message your girl group, or even just sit down and write out what it is that made you feel happy or sad, and deal with that situation on your own or with people you can trust. Chances are the only reason we're going to speak to that person or wanting to speak to that person is because we feel that their opinion matters in some way, or validates what it is that we're doing, or will make us feel better. And it's important for you guys and myself, because I struggle with it sometimes, to just realize that my opinion of me is all that matters, and the other person that I was talking to, they're no longer in the picture, so they are no longer privy to what is happening in your life. They can do like every other person and check my social media, or they can message me and I'll see if I reply. Now that brings me to tip 3, and that is social media. Now obviously y'all know the person that I was last talking to is very social media, present, because he's popular, he's a popular figure. So I blocked that. And I've never blocked anyone before, actually. So it was so funny for me, because I always think of girls that say, oh, block your ex or whatever, to be kind of petty, because why would you block somebody? And then when I was in this situation, I was like, oh, I know why I would block somebody. It's also a preventative mechanism for the first rule, which was do not make contact. So if I can't see you in front of my face all the time, I'm less likely to want to make contact with you. So I blocked that person. I blocked them on WhatsApp. I blocked them on Instagram. I blocked them on Twitter. I think the only thing I didn't block them on is Snapchat, and that's because who's using Snapchat anymore? By blocking that person, I was a lot more focused on myself, because I wasn't checking every few seconds, oh, what is he up to, what is he saying, are there any girls around, stuff like that will really play on your mind. I was so much less likely to go back checking. And actually a tip is, because I blocked him, now he doesn't show up at all. Before I didn't block him, I just unfollowed him, and it just kept popping up suggestion to follow this, that, and the next, because obviously it's similar to people that I follow right now. But now it doesn't show up at all. So My social media has my back. My NSA agent has my back because she's seen me cry many a night. So thank you, boo. Thanks for having my back. Means a lot, you know. Tip number 4, we are on 4 right now, is just acceptance. Accept the situation that you're in. Be like, it can't get any better, and it can't get, I mean, it could always get worse, but for the situation that you're in, just accept it and try to get past it. You were a great couple once. Everybody was a great couple once, and then things started to happen. So now you have to really think in your head the things that started to happen. Would you be able to sustain a relationship with those things constantly happening? Like, are you able to go to that person and be like, let's work on it. I know you might do this and do that, and I might do this and do that, but we can work through it. I usually suggest working through things, but not when it lessens your value. If you have a firm grasp on your value, on your self-worth, then no boy, nobody's son may take you for an idiot. Right? No way. So we're not going to be idiots over here. Us nuggets, we're not idiots over here. We have self-worth. We are secure, right? We know that whoever wants to love us will love us in the time that it comes. And we're not going to rush anything, you know? Be thankful for the experience, but learn from the experience. And that takes me into point 5, and that is, for me, every relationship that I have been in, when it has ended, I have taken note of the reasons why it ended. And then I have made sure that in the relationship after, I don't make those mistakes again. And it's not to say that every boy is the same, but they all kind of think the same, you know? At the end of the day, they all kind of think the same. Let's give an example from my last relationship. I was very involved in his life, and I was always there to make sure he felt better, he felt secure, he felt taken care of, which is what a girlfriend's supposed to do. So I'm not saying not to do that, but also make sure that he is willing to give that back to you. And if you are realizing that that's not coming back to you, and you explicitly say, hey, this isn't coming back to me, he makes a note of it and kind of still brushes it off and nothing happens. Learn to keep yourself for yourself. And I'm a very nurturing person. So I want to be that person that listens to your problems. I want to be that person that helps you fix everything. I want to be that all surrounding being, I guess, that you go to, right? And I expect the same from you. And you can't always expect the same from your significant other because they aren't you. But do not get lost in a person's problems, because when you get lost in a person's problems, especially a person who is not willing to help you figure out your own issues, then you've lost yourself, and then you have lost your self-worth, and we don't do that. Another tip, this is now number 6 that we are on, get out of the house. And that's hard for me to do, especially when I'm in New York, because everything costs money, and I don't have much friends up here because no one really gets my humor except for my roommate and a couple Bajans that still live out here that have. But getting out of your house or doing something, just physically doing something, helps you tenfold because it gives you distractions. And doing something that you love. Chantal So Bougie that I do on my Instagram when I go out and I just show y'all me being bougie, that came out of my sadness. I wanted to get out, and I also, you know how females think, I also wanted the person to see that I was out, to see that I was having a great time. I made Chantal So Bougie, and I still do it. It's still fun to me. It's still fun to go out and have fun with my friends and meet new people. I've become a lot more adventurous. Yeah, that is me now. That's not to say that I didn't go through the process that we all go through, oh, I'm so sad, what am I gonna do? I don't want to move up my bed. I really was in that mode for a while. Losing someone is sad, regardless of how the person is lost, regardless if it was on good terms or bad terms, losing someone is hard. I don't beat myself up about being sad at times. I just try to get out of it faster. Those feelings have to come out in order for me to get rid of them, but I don't have to wallow in them, and neither do you. We are on 7, and it might seem ridiculous, but my way of doing that, without even having to see the person, I just construct this scenario, and I'm very good at constructing scenarios. I think it's because I'm an opera singer and we do like a lot of ridiculous, that the person, the ex or whatever, is just living his life, like living life to the fullest, to the point where they have wiped my face, our memories, our life, like they have just forgotten it all. And that kind of like fuels me in like a really weird way, and it fuels me to do the same. If somebody was to ask me, hey, how is such and whatever person, and I'd be like, who? Like, and it fills me with such a petty joy to just wipe them from my like database, from my hard drive. Unless it's like a serious question that somebody's asking me, then it's just like that's the guy I used to date. Like, who's that again? Oh, I saw him once or twice. Like, something ridiculous. And it makes me laugh. And this is across the board for all of my exes. I do it to all of them for at least like a good 6 months, 6 to 7 months, maybe even a year. Like, I just completely wipe it. I have a hole. It just makes sense to me. But that's not something you have to do. That's my own craziness getting out of hand. I guess tip number 8 is don't stop being you. Like, don't let this situation stop you from being you. So whatever you were doing before that person showed up and that maybe you have forgotten about, pick it back up. Whoever you were talking to before, like friends-wise, and maybe the relationship kind of took you away from that friendship, pick it back up. I mean, if these things are healthy, obviously. If they're not healthy, don't pick them back up. But just try to remember who you were before you were in the relationship, because that is the person that is going to be with you forever. And if you can't depend on yourself, you can't depend on someone else. And I think that's important, to really think are in control of what you attract. So what you are ready for, your energy or aura is saying or projecting, someone on your playing field will feel it and pick it up. And it doesn't mean that the relationship will blossom, bloom, and stay forever, but it means that you will be with the person you need to be with at the time you are supposed to be with them. And you are supposed to learn from that relationship so you can move on to be in the relationship that you are supposed to thrive in. So yes, breakups are hard, but they're always learning experiences, and you always learn what you like, what you don't like, what you deserve, and what you don't deserve. And that list, those 4 lists, are the most important things. A successful relationship depends on 2 people being willing to understand, cooperate, communicate, and act on what they know they are supposed to act on. We're very fast to say men are trash, or men are very fast to say women are trash. And what it comes down to is that one of the parties or both of the parties are just not ready to give what they are supposed to be giving. And that might be because they're not mentally ready, or they just don't want to. It could be because whoever is meant to be your partner will be your partner. But there will be ups and downs, there'll be arguments, there'll be rough times, there'll be long periods of times where you don't speak or something like that. And you just have to be mature enough to listen to each other and know that your relationship is more important than the fight. That ends this episode of Y'all Up in My Business. And I hope these tips help some of you, because they're helping me. And as I said, it's a day-by-day process. I'm not happy every day, but I'm alive. And I'm not pregnant. So I'd rather be broken up with than be pregnant. So deuces! On that note, do not forget, my dears, to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye! But also don't forget to, give this a thumbs up for realsies. I know I say like, but I don't feel like y'all be paying attention. So really, like. And also turn on that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post.